So seasons were a new thing that 2K implemented this year, and I gotta be honest, it's pretty cool, and I think it's brought a lot of excitement onto it. So obviously, we gotta go through and rank it like we do everything else. We have on the left side over here wonderful new tiers to follow with the new theme of seasons. We have the GOAT season. There's only gonna be one GOAT season. I already have in my mind of what I want to do. I've kind of roughly planned it. We got a damn good season. There's a lot of these, or at least a few of these, because we only have 7. Pretty good seasons that I think are super quality and were really fun to do. We have some seasons where it was solid enough. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. But it just didn't really excite me too much. Then we have the, but like, why though? Because, I mean, there were some seasons that I get the concept a little bit, but why did we really need it in the game? And then there's the no thanks. I really only think there's maybe one season that can fall into the no thanks, because to be honest, I've had fun with every single season, and I think it was cool. So I've gone ahead and I have just some rough plans of all of the wonderful things that I think I need to know about these seasons, and I will have some things popping up on screen to show you guys them as well. Like, we're starting off with the beautiful, the wonderful Season 1, the One Will Rise season. Now, this season started off with some pretty interesting things. Again, I have a picture on screen of all the cards that were the Season 1 rewards. We had some interesting ones, but what I do remember is that, the Ruby Kyle Lowry that was part of this set was absolutely insane. He was a really, really good and fun card. Derek Fisher was cool. Bill Russell was actually really solid at the beginning of the time. Draymond Green was a lock-in reward and was actually amazing. Same with Gary Payton, Jay West, Chauncey Billups, and Julius Erving. All of them were pretty fun. The other rewards that were part of this set, like the Ascension guy, we have a few of those. This one for this season was Bob Lanier. I'm going to be honest, even during that time, I was pretty not excited, I guess we'll say, about that. To be quite frank with you guys, it just wasn't something that I was really interested in when it comes to Unlimited. I think the guy for this was Paul Pierce, which was cool. I mean, it's Paul Pierce. I don't think anybody's getting really insanely excited about Paul Pierce, but it can be fun sometimes. And we had Ralph Sampson in there and Limited, which was cool. Trip out the offline for the Vault. We had some interesting guys. I can't even really remember too much of what it is. I think we had Brian Winters you could get, as well as Stephon Marbury, along with some others, which was cool. It wasn't too bad. And then Triple Threat Online, it gave us Terrell Brandon, which, not a terrible season. Now, I will say I think I'm a bigger fan of everything because the Season Ultimate reward was Stephen Curry, that Pink Diamond. And I will say Pink Diamond Steph Curry as the Season Ultimate reward had a bigger impact than any other card did in any of the season as a Season Ultimate, bar none. Like, it's not even close. But I think I could have made this, actually, if I'm thinking about it, I could have made this a little bit bigger so you guys could have seen it. The quality turns terrible. Never mind. We will not be doing that. But I think what I'm going to be doing is throwing it in the, it was solid enough. I think Season 1 was fun. It was a great way to start off 2K and get us introduced into the seasons. But if you look at it, 2K definitely got better with the seasons as time went on. So, like, for sure, it was solid. It got us started. I think it was good in that sense. But, there's been better. Let's be honest. Now, again, the quality, yeah, absolutely horrendous. So I won't be able to do it that way. I'll just have to show you guys, again, pictures of everything that I'm talking about. So Season 2 was called Next Is Now. In Season 2, it was interesting. It wasn't bad. This was a season where we actually got the NBA draft set, where we got guys like Pink Diamond Cameron Reddish as a lock-in reward, which was beautiful. And he was essentially like 50k MT because you could, lock in the Evo cards, then go and buy the cheap Emerald versions of them, and then swap them through the collection, which is pretty cool. When it comes to the actual rewards that you got for leveling up, Luka was fine. Rui was kind of bad. Duncan Robinson had no defense. Jaren Jackson was fun. Trae Young was terrible. And Shea, yeah, it wasn't too good. And then the Season Ultimate reward being Pink Diamond Blake Griffin was actually pretty fun. He was a great card at the beginning. Needed some badges, but wasn't bad at all. Connie Hawkins was our wonderful, I think, Ascension reward, if I'm not mistaken. No, that was Bob Love. I'm tripping. That was Bob Love. Either way, it was one of the two. And he just wasn't, I don't know, it just really didn't excite me too much coming from it. I think we had like Antoine Walker and that sort of stuff in the Ascension, which Not bad. In Unlimited, you could get yourself the Patrick Ewing, which was fun, which was cool. He was a pretty good center at the time, but I never really was too excited about him. I'm going to be honest with you. It just wasn't my cup of tea. And then I'm pretty sure we were able to get Jaylen Brown in the limited section, which was cool. But if I'm being honest, Season 2 Next was, in my opinion, even then, a step below Season 1. It just wasn't as fun. And I'm going to put in the butt, like, why though? Because I don't really see why it had to happen. Like, it was cool, it was fun, but I just wasn't really too excited about it. Next one we have is the Season 3, Season of Giving. And this one was interesting because, I don't know, there was just so many things that I guess went into this. The actual level up rewards, as expected, pretty bad. Caruso is a gold. We had Barbosa, who was an emerald. We had Anderson Varejao as a sapphire. Ruby D. Brown was cool. Amethyst Tomanovic was great. The Diamond Chain Battier was awesome. And then when it comes to the lock-in guys, Wilt Chamberlain, Chris Webber, really solid cards. But Wilt Chamberlain, I think, actually, I was lied. Chris Webber was a pretty solid card. Wilt was embarrassingly bad, as well as George Gervin. But then you had Baron Davis, who was a free card that you could get during the Seasons of Giving collection, who had basically all free cards that you could get in some way or another from grinding. The most annoying of which was Richard Jefferson, and maybe John Morant if you didn't get him from the locker code. But once you did, you got Baron Davis. Baron was almost instantly made not worth it anymore because we got him towards the end of the season, and then somebody else came in. But I think this thing that Season 3 did great was the fact that we always had something to grind for. And again, either Connie or Bob Love was one of the rewards for that. And the ultimate reward for Season 3 was Dwayne Wade, which is why Baron wasn't really that great, because you got Wade. And then we had Andre Iguodala in Unlimited. And in Limited, we had Aaron Gordon. So overall, it actually wasn't bad. I think that I would put Season 3 into the it was solid enough, because like I said, there was always something to grind for. It was cool. It was fun. We had locker codes coming out all the time to try to get some new John Morant codes, things like that. You always had some extra to do on the weekend. You could stock up a bunch of those reward cards for the exchange and things like that. And it was pretty cool. It was fun. I wasn't really disappointed in it, but the big ticket being Baron Davis was a little bit embarrassing because we already got Dwayne Wade, who was significantly better. But it is what it is. There's got to be somewhere it's bad. The next one we have Season 4, the return, with Kevin Durant being the big guy, a part of that one. So Season 4 was where we got some really solid cards. When it came to the level up, we had Trey Burke, Jabari Parker, Wes Matthews, Robert Covington, Nicholas Batum, and Kemba Walker. And I'll be honest, most of these cards were actually pretty good at the time. Jabari Parker was a great offensive guy and limited and things like that. Wesley Matthews was a great 3-and-D option. Robert Covington was gorgeous. Again, great 3-and-D. Batum, all around, was actually a pretty nice card. I actually really liked him. And Kemba Walker was actually pretty embarrassing. But when the actual season was going on, the big reward were doing the spotlights throughout, and that came with Sean Marion, who nobody was excited about. I remember more people being excited about Bill Russell in the beginning of the year than Sean Marion during Season 4, which was a little bit bad. But once he came out as an opal, I think everybody kind of warmed up to it. Klay Thompson wasn't really that great, but the overall Season 4 reward for locking in all the sets being John Havlicek, I'm pretty sure, was a pretty big W, if I'm being honest. John Havlicek was one of the most amazing cards we had. We get Adrian Dantley, sadly, in the Ascension reward, I think it was, for Season 3, and it just wasn't too great. Actually, what does it say on here? I bet you I can make it out somewhere if I looked for it. But yeah, you can see a Russell Westbrook right there, and we also had Kevin McHale, who was in Unlimited, which was cool. And you actually got Antoine Jamison if you actually worked your way through Heat Check Domination, which was cool. And Antoine Jamison was a great all-around card, and your overall reward for this was Kawhi Leonard, who is the only thing that's saving this season for me, if I'm being honest. In my genuine, honest opinion, I'm putting Season 4 in the butt leg wide, though. I just don't really see a lot of reason for it. With the Season of Giving, I feel like we always had something to do, and then with Season 4, it was just like, there you go, you have domination, and that's it. Like, have fun with it. And I don't know. It just really wasn't my cup of tea. And again, I think the fact that we ended up getting the Kawhi Leonard, it made it better. I don't know, for some reason it just wasn't as fun. Next up, we have Season 5, The Age of Heroes, which I'm immediately throwing into the GOAT season. This was the best season in 2K by far, in my opinion. The Age of Heroes was amazing. The level 40 reward for this was David Robinson, a card that literally everybody wanted to get, no matter what. Kind of disappointing that he wasn't a Dark Matter. I'm going to hold on to that pretty strong, but actually leveling up Daquan Cook, who is still one of the best Emeralds in the game, is who we got. We started off getting Evos for the first card of the season, which was LeBron James, and you can move him up to a diamond. This card was terrible, but, it was fun. Diallo actually was a really great Sapphire. Joe Harris was, again, a really good Ruby. Murray Stoudemire kind of sucked. Buddy Hield was a great offensive option that a lot of budget people used, and Mark Price was pretty underwhelming, if I'm being honest with you. Like, very underwhelming. We had Bill Walton in the Ascension. So yeah, there was no reason to go for that. I think it might have been Adrian Dantley actually in Season 5, and Bill Walton was in Season 4. Either way, both of those opals there were pretty terrible, and let's be honest, nobody really wanted to get. We had Cedric Maxwell, who was up there in Unlimited, which I thought was actually a pretty good card and was super fun, and we ended up getting, I think it was Pau Gasol in Limited, who was a gorgeous card. It was actually so fun. And I think all throughout Season 5, there was just always something new coming on. It's where we got introduced to Dark Matters, where we had the whole theme of the Age of Heroes set. If you guys should have seen it by now, but we had the Golden Age Modern Heroes, which locked in to get Phil Jackson, which was awesome. And then we have the Age of Heroes Modern Era, where you could get Greg Popovich, and in each one of these, there were cards you could grind for free. In the Modern Age set, we had Colin Sexton, Patrick Beverly, Jared Allen, Taco Fall, De'Aaron Fox, D'Angelo Russell, Donovan Mitchell's Opal, and Diamond Tyler Hero that you could all get for free. And then in the Golden Age, you could get Clyde Drexler, Ben Wallace, Ray Allen, and I think Manu Ginobili and George Gerving. Oh, and Gilbert Arenas, all for free, that you could then lock in to get arguably the best coach in the game in Phil Jackson. And I think the card art in general on them was all really solid. It was fun, it was cool, and it just gave us something to look forward to all season. I will say, finding out that the Dark Matter coach was the final reward for locking both of those sets in was pretty disappointing, because it really wasn't worth it. But I think everything else that they did just throughout the year, having it all-star themed and that sort of stuff, was all just so good. I think I made it a lot better than it could have been, if I'm being honest. You know what? Okay. Next up, we have Season 6 Glitch Reality, which is the most recent season that we've gone through. So a lot of you guys should be kind of used to it, and you should know what's going on. But for a recap of anybody that didn't go throughout Season 6, maybe you just started recently in my team, this is what we got. So we started off with a Jimmy Butler that evoed up to a diamond, which was cool. And we had, Sapphire Steve Novak, one of the best Sapphires in the game. Ruby Wendell Carter is amazing. Amethyst Will Barton, again, is absolutely godly. Great for an Amethyst. Diamond Sean Elliott is, again, super amazing. And Eric Bledsoe, as well, is actually pretty good for, what he's supposed to do. And the last one was Artis Gilmore, who is underwhelming, to say the least. And then Ralph Sampson, I think, was the lock-in reward for all the idol sets. Also disappointing. But the awesome thing about Season 6 was that every single week we had a free pink diamond that we were able to grind for. The first one, if I'm not mistaken, was Bruce Bowen. I hope. I hope that Bruce Bowen was the first one that we ended up getting. I can't really quite remember. I'll have to go through some of my videos and see what's going on. Actually, no, I lied. It was Kelly Oubre first, and then we ended up getting Bruce Bowen. Then we ended up getting a Jaren Jackson, and then I think it was Yusuf Nurkic, and lastly it was Andre Miller. And if you got all of those cards, you would then unlock another thing where you could get Galaxy Opal Tony Kukoc for free, which was amazing because we got Danny Ferry in the Triple Threat Offline Vault, and it made for a really good alternative if you couldn't get lucky in the Vault, and I think that was awesome. Plus, the end reward for this being Dark Matter J.R. Smith was pretty cool, because for a lot of us, it was our first and only Dark Matter at the time, which was pretty cool. And we also ended up getting Glitched Domination, or Mystery Domination, where you could end up getting Mel Daniels and evo him up to, again, another free Galaxy Opal, or Dark Matter. But I think, in general, I'm not really a huge fan looking back on a Season 6, because the big things were the glitched market. and all these other things that were just completely RNG and didn't really make it fun. And Rashard Lewis, when he first came out, was literally terrible, and there was no reason to get him. Michael Redd was just slightly better Kawhi, so for anybody that grinded Season 4, didn't need Michael Redd. I think there's a lot of things that I just wasn't really excited about. And now if I'm looking at it, I'm going to move next now actually down to this, and I think I'll restructure it like this. But Glitch Reality, I think, was a season where I should have liked it more than I did, but it wasn't fun to me. I was one of the people who the entire time I played about 500 games, I didn't get into the glitch market at all. And those glitch market cards that you could actually get in some of those markets, if you were lucky enough, was Tyronn Lue, Miles Turner, Frank Ntilikina, OG Anunoby, and John Collins. Oh, and Taco Fall. But luckily, they did do some cool things like limited time events where we could get Paul Millsap, Bradley Beal. We could get a Keldon Johnson and Emmanuel Quickly, which made it a little bit better. We also got a free locker code for Obi Toppin. So I think, in the general scheme of things, Glitch Reality was a solid season, and it was solid enough that it was able to, get me through it, have some fun with it. But the overall good things of it being RNG completely, like random number generator where you just have to get lucky to get it, really killed kind of the vibe, because halfway through the season, nobody cared about the glitch market anymore because it was so random. And it didn't get a lot of updates. So last but not least, we have the current season that we're on, which is Full Throttle. So right now you have Vince Carter's The Ultimate Reward at level 40, which you can get on day one. Currently, I'm level 38 with a decent bit of grinding XP in the last few days, but I literally got 34,000 XP yesterday just doing XP challenges that they dropped throughout the season right off rip, which was crazy. And Dark Matter Vince Carter is actually insane. He's a super nice all-around card for anybody using him. If you look at the level up rewards that you get, we have Greg Anthony, David Wesley, both kind of trash. Derrick Rose, who goes up to a pink diamond, which is kind of fun. Norman Nixon, no thank you. Roy Hibbert, no thank you. Kevin Martin, amazing pink diamond. Rod Strickland, we actually just got today, who's actually a really fun card. We got a Galaxy Table James Donaldson for free, who is a really good post guy and back to the basket big if you like that. And lastly, Galaxy Table Zach Randolph, who is awesome. Awesome. Like a really good card. And along with James Donaldson, we got a free Galaxy Table Quantum Luka Doncic, who's one of the better PGs in the entire game, which is just insane. But the thing that is making Season 7 awesome is the fact that we are going to get Spotlight Sims, which is low-key making me already excited about it because it's something to grind for later in the season. And the fact that we have daily content other than the weekends, because, you're grinding limited and that sort of stuff, every single time there's been a possibility in the season. Every single day, something is dropping for you to do in my team, and I think that is just amazing. Like, when the season started, we got, obviously, the fan favorites and all that sort of stuff. But then the next day, on Monday, we get the Lockdown Rewind cards. Then on Tuesday, we get the Moment Westbrook with Gary Harris and Emmanuel Mudiay, who you can lock in to get Alex English. Then on the very next day, which was Wednesday, we get the Dunkers Rewind set with Sean Kemp, Isaiah Ryder, Miles Bridges, and Cassius Stanley. And then on Thursday, we got the James Donaldson and Doncic that we talked about a little bit earlier. And then on Friday, we got the Enshrined and Invincible cards. And already this week, on Monday, we got the Dark Matter Edwards, Opal, Sadiq Bey, Jackson Hayes, that sort of stuff. And then today, when I'm recording it, we got Rod Strickland. So, overall, I mean, how could you not love just a little bit of something to do every day? The fact that you can get level 40 right at day one, no extra grinding or anything needed if you don't want it. And then when it comes to the collections, if you go into the rewards, Unlimited, we are getting Dark Matter Larry Johnson, who's an amazing card, one of the best small forwards in the game. And then once we're done with the season, the shortest season ever, you get Elgin Baylor, who is going to be one of the best shooting guards, period, in the game, and one of the best cards, in my opinion, we've ever seen. Because the Dante Exum base on Very Quick is going to be absolutely godly, and it's just going to be so fun to just use all of these cards. Plus, Sidney Moncrief in the Ascension rewards, I think not a lot of people have really given him credit for it, but this Sidney Moncrief is so much better than you would expect, given the name that not a lot of you guys are excited about. But if you're a true basketball fan, you kind of know. I think overall, it's just been a really good season. It's been really fun, and I'm actually pretty excited about it overall. And I like it, man. I'm going to put it in the damn good season because I think so far, it's been a damn good season. Granted, we've only had about 11 days, maybe 12. actually to like really experience it. But overall, I think it's really nice. Let me know what you guys think about the whole seasons in 2K. Do you think it was a good idea, a good addition? Honestly, I'm a huge fan, and I love that they've done it this way. It always gives us something really excited for, something to get really excited for every single month or 2 months break, which is awesome. There's always a big goal to get to, and then for the good seasons, like a season 3 or Full Throttle, Age of Heroes, there's something to grind for in between each time that makes it a little bit worth it to play every single day, which I really, really like. Let me know what you guys think about it. Which one was your favorite season? How would you rank these? And to you, which one is the worst? Subscribe if you guys are new. We are on the road to 10K subscribers. And like the video if you guys did enjoy. We are grinding through. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And I will see y'all in the next video.